Hello everyone, this is another layout video. This is the layout I used to film Imposter #1 on. So we're going to go over the locations. You've already seen a lot of it, if not like all of it, in that video if you watched it. But we'll go over how the layout works and where everything goes. So that way you can see how the engine's got places and stuff. And I've decorated it with all the wooden railway guys. So we're just gonna get started now. So let's start. There's not really a good place to start. I mean, there's no timber sheds or big station. The only big station is Tidmouth over there, which I'll get to. So we're gonna start here in the yards. In the yards, we only have a few things. We only have Stafford, who's at his charging station, which is a destination I don't use at all, so I decided to use this time. and sorry. I also put the breakdown train there, the ice delivery cars. And we have a bunch of tankers there, 3 milk tankers, the tar and the water tanker, and the popcorn factory car, because the popcorn factory is on the layout a little ways down. So exiting the yards, it all connects through one, I don't know what you want, a Y switch, if you will. And then a T switch. And on the T switch, we have 261 and 199 pulling some express coaches. So there's them. I guess they get along pretty well because they both have a similar goal to try and dieselize Sodor, I guess. Going this way, we go over that crossing that I kind of used a lot in that video. And if you keep going this way, we go under the old style suspension bridge, which again is pretty new for me. I haven't used it too much and I really like it. And if we go along this line is sort of a one big loop, and it sort of goes along the coast, and you'll see how it goes here in a little bit. Right there we have Hugo by the sugar mill on a T-switch. And also at that T-switch, which we'll get to that line in a little bit, we have Dennis, who I guess Tom had told to get out of his shed and stop being a lazy engine, who is pulling old slow coach, which I'm not sure how happy she is to be with him. So anyways, if we keep going along here, we go under this whole support, and then we go under this, this, I don't know what it's called, like the official name, but it's that mountain piece from the Dustin Compton first set, and that piece is from it as well. And we're sort of in the mountains here. You can see there's a bunch of snowy trees. There's even like a cabin right there, but it looks like an abandoned cabin. So anyways, if we keep going down this line, this is where the coastal track now. We get to the popcorn factory, and then at the popcorn factory, that's when it really gets to the coast. We have Bluffs Cove Lighthouse, which is a new destination for me. I got it around Christmas, and that's how long this track has been up. So we have Arthur pulling the foghorn cars, because you know Arthur is the engine who runs on the coastal line. And then we also have Rolf's Castle Bridge, which I guess you could say is kind of Castle Walk over here, which is another new destination I got for Christmas. And coming into here, we go into Tidmouth Station, which is basically the hub, I would say, for this layout. It's the main station. I wanted to make sure it has some sort of bridge going over the back of it, so I made a road bridge, which I think works pretty well. We have Madge pulling Coldy, and then we have a bunch of people inhabiting the station to make it look populated. And then we have Donald, Douglas, and Oliver all there with their respective trains. Donald's pulling passengers, which he doesn't do a lot, so I gave him that. And then we have Douglas and Oliver pulling respective goods trains. And we have Bulgy probably talking his crap to them, probably pissing them off. So that's fun. Donald's line is just a dead end, so really it's just 2 through lines that Oliver and Douglas are on. And I'll try and get to a different angle of the layout right here to show you a better perspective. So if we keep going along the V-switch line where Donald and Douglas are, we go over the highway crossing, which I got last year, so it's still relatively new. And we get to the Steamworks. And the Steamworks isn't too extensive this time around. We have Neil, we have Porter, and then coming around here, we also have the Flying Scotsman in the main part, and Sir Topham Hatt talking to him, so I guess the Flying Scotsman got into some trouble, and Sir Topham Hatt's paying for his repairs. Sir Topham Hatt's car is there too, so that's what I got there. And then this little side building, we also have Peeve and Plod, because they get into trouble a lot. They always cause accidents and stuff, so it makes sense that they're here. We're going to go this way. We're going to turn, because obviously that's a dead end. So going along this way, we have Wilbert with a log car, because we don't really the main forest we have on this layout is the mountain in the mountains. So there's not the sawmill on this layout, so he's just there. And this is sort of the junction that connects every part of the layout, because we're going to get back to it a lot coming around this way. So we're going to make a 90-degree turn. We're going to go down this way where Frida is in the Crosby Coal Tunnel. As you can see, that line that connects to the Steamworks Bridge from the James Swartz outset, that just goes back to the Steamworks. So the Steamworks is sort of one big turnaround that connects to that switch right there. So also some smaller destinations. We've got that little signal box from Logan, the Big Blue Engines, and the barrel loader from James Swartz out as well. So and the Crosby Coal Tunnel is also from Logan and Big Blue Engines. So going down this way, we have the Glen Knox Switch Tower, and then we get to sort of the quarry section. I wanted to make sure the quarry had a pretty prominent section, and it's basically one big loop with a few like lines intertwining into it. So on the loop that just goes around the quarry, we have Samson over here with the gold cars talking to Kelly. We have all the pack around here. There's Jack filling either, I think that's Monty, and Max is over there with Alfie. Oliver's just sitting there being unused right now. If we take the turn here, we go to the Echo Tunnel with the Sodor Railway Repair, who is hanging out at the quarry talking to Nelson, I guess. Or maybe not talking, I don't know. He's kind of a mute guy. We'll go down that line here in a little bit. Daisy's also here, just pulling passengers past the quarry. But yeah, and as you can see, we also have Isabella there. And a few other trucks. We have Elizabeth, the Crosby Station cargo truck, and Lorry 3 under Merrick. So if we go down this line, we go past the conductor's shed and the waterfall tunnel, and it just gets back to where 199 and 261 are. So as you can see, it was just one big loop, as I said. So we're going to take the upper track and go where Merrick is. And Merrick wasn't in the Imposter No. 1 video because he's not Brio. And how I do it is the Brio engines are used, but all the Thomas Murray destinations are used in like track. So all the characters I try to use are Brio, which is why he was not in it. This part right here was supposed to be one of the main attractions of the layout, but it kind of gets lost in everything else. It's the double tall stacking risers. So I've never done that before. Have like a double decker part of the layout, but it looks cool. On the top we have Big City Engine pulling a large train of trucks, quarry trucks, I guess, because he's going to the quarry. We'll start from the back because the front is kind of interesting. We have Hector. Just 3 of the troublesome trucks from like the Giggling Troublesome Truck pack. Rickety, Scruffy, 3 gray-faced troublesome trucks, and then the infamous white-faced troublesome truck, who I call Damien, because I think that's a cool name for a truck like him. Anyways, going along, we are now at the top part of that mountain thing from Dustin Comes In First, and we go down the snow patch, and Dustin is there himself, who's probably about to clear the track of snow, as Dustin does. Going down here, this is the switch that connects to where Dennis is, so there's sort of a bypass to this line. And then we get to the diesel works, which is pretty normal for this layout. The false buffers are still back there. That diesel 10 hid Thomas behind, even though it's not the same. These are wooden early ones, and that was a Brio story. It's still there. Of course, we have all our mainstays: Slider Dodge, Diesel 10, Den, Norman, and Ari and Bert are here too now. I don't use them a lot, but they're pretty cool, and I decided to put them here at the entrance to the Diesel Works. Going over here, we have 2 more new destinations. First is a snow tunnel, which kind of ties into the whole Dustin thing, I think. I thought it did, maybe it doesn't. But even still, it ties in with all the snow. So this is a story of the higher up part of the layout, you know, all the mountains and stuff. I like this destination. Also, because it has that little door right there, which I think makes it a lot cooler. You know, engines go through it and you can see that move. And then we have sort of the farm section. We have Billy, because I don't use Billy, like, at all. So he fits in here. And we have the Trotter's Farm barn right here, which I got in the Thomas's Pig Parade set, which is a new set I got also for Christmas. I got that snow tunnel for Christmas. I got a lot for Christmas. A bunch of those Brio engines in the video were also from Christmas. The destination is okay, but that car that carries the pigs, it doesn't work with a lot of destinations. So I would actually not recommend that set. It'll probably frustrate a lot of people. And then going around here, we have the McCall's Farm Chicken Coop, Which, now that I think about it, you have a piece from Colt's farm and a piece from Trotter's farm, so it's kind of clashing rivals, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I never understood why they have two different farmers on Thomas's branch line, but oh well, to each their own. We also have the windmill in the background going along with all this. And then, excuse me, we are now at the second part of the crossing. And going this way, we have Hank pulling a train of boxcars. Two highlights. We have the Indigo and Chapters boxcar, which is always near the white-faced troublesome truck. So, you know, the apple never falls far from the tree, something like that. And we also have Diesel, but it's not exactly regular Diesel. As you can see, he has the bronze wheels. This is bronze Diesel, so he got bronzed, and now he's being transported away. So maybe Sir Topham Hatt wanted to get rid of him after he got bronzed and he couldn't move. But that's okay, because Diesel will always come back. So, yeah. After the train of boxcars, we get to a switch. This is Boko's here right now, too. Patrick and Byron are also there, probably arguing about who's more important, as they do. And the Blue Mountain Quarry Loader's there, so this is the line that connects to the quarry loop. And now, finally, we get back to the station, where Oliver is. So this line, really, the station you can get from one line easily to the other. You just go around, go through the steamworks, and then you can get to the other line, but that's okay. So there's that. Timoth Station is made up of the actual Timoth Station building, and the other one is Shining Time, because it doesn't have any distinct markings on it, so it works. It's just any station you want to use it as, which I used it as a second Timoth Station building piece, which I think is fine. So anyways, moving around here, we have a bunch of people. There's a bunch of workmen. The Admiral is there looking at Sailor John. Sir Loam Hat is there. We're staring at the back of him, but that's okay. The miller and the dairyman, Mr. Percival, and a bunch of workmen. So going this way, we have the bakery, just to fill up a little dead spot right there. And we have where the road goes. It goes to the hospital. There's the ambulance, and you see Logan there, just doing whatever Logan does. Then we get to the other elevated part. We have the clock tower, which is another new destination I got for Christmas, which I'm actually very pleased with. I think it's a very nice destination. And at the bottom of the clock tower, you can see there's that yellow car. I guess someone dumped it in the river, which, I mean, in a lot of rural areas of America, you will see cars just by rivers. Which, even though this is an island off the coast of Britain, people will still be people, I guess. You know. Anyways, we go through the lower portion of the double-decker stacking riser part. We have the new Spencer carrying the Duke and Duchess coach. Maybe they're in there, and maybe they're not. Anyways, he's going across, and this is where we get to the suspension bridge. And we go over this way, and this is the final new destination. This also came from the Thomas's Pig Parade set, and Vinny is on it. I guess it's supposed to be the intro bridge, but I like how Thomas Monroe uses it as like a castle piece, because it does sort of resemble castle-esque pieces. And also, I don't know if I like it because it's a little higher than any other piece. You can see the track kind of has to raise up because it has to work with that pig car. That said, it's just weird. So it's a bit of an awkward piece to work with. But anyways, we go down there. We go through the tunnel, and we connect back to where Hank is. So really, that is just one big loop, and that takes care of the whole layout. That is the layout I used to film Imposter No. 1. And, yeah. So now you know how it works. That's everything. So I hope you enjoyed. More videos are on the way. Writing scripts and stuff, and thinking of ideas and all that. So don't worry, I will get back to this channel when I do. Until then, I hope you enjoyed and all that. So, bye-bye.